One of the most requested bands that people have said would I feature on my channel, even though it's for underrated new artists from around the world, was a band that when they split, it caused a worldwide upset because they were universally loved. They were two people that used to be that had past members, I believe. I'm still catching up with this band, and I have a lot to learn about them because as soon as I started researching them, I started listening to their music, and I certainly, growing up, have missed out on geniuses, absolute musical geniuses. But that doesn't mean I won't catch up, and that doesn't mean I won't feature them again on my channel. And one of the songs that was requested was this particular song that is very poignant with a lot of people, and it touches a lot of heartstrings now that they're broken up. And when they go and listen to it, they more or less exchange, and I've seen the comments, we know why we're here. There's a unified bond amongst Daft Punk fans that grew up with them, and the legacy they leave behind is something quite extraordinary because what they've left behind is broken hearts. And I have to say, a lot of bands, people, they disbanded, they go off. And yes, members left Daft Punk and then they carried on. But when this particular band had broken up, it truly smashed the hearts of millions of people around the world. And I'm truly only getting the effect of it by the research I've done, by the comments I've read in certain videos, and realizing, wow, the magnetism, the impact on the music industry, and for a lot of people will live in the memories because it impacted on a lot of people from early age. They grew up with Daft Punk and their music. And even though they did collaborations and I think they got their first number one, which is disappointing to hear, their first number one when they teamed up with, was it Pharrell Williams? And, oh no, it was The Weeknd, sorry. And to think they had to team up with The Weeknd to get their first number one, I think is just bitterly sad in a career that I am learning more and more about, that it's just so, and has been so influential. So this is the song that people have asked me. I'm going to be quiet now. I do hope newcomers on board do enjoy it. Take care. No, it's me, take care. What am I saying? I'm a bit Daft Punk myself.
So many things that I don't understand. There's a world within me that I cannot explain. Many rooms to explore, but the doors look the same. I am lost, I can't even remember my name. I've been for some time looking for someone I need to know now. Please tell me who I am. I've been for some time looking for someone I need to know now. Please tell me who I am. doors look the same. Where are the lost you from the key? I am lost, I can't even remember my name. And I wonder why. I've been for some time looking for someone. I need to know now. Please tell me who I am. I've been for some time looking for someone. I need to know now. Please tell me who I am. I've been for some time looking for someone. I need to know now. Please tell me who I am. I've been for some time looking for someone. I need to know now. Please tell me who I am.
Well, everybody, that was a very moving video, and I'm looking for somebody. Those words jump out, so let's go straight to the lyrics. I'd be very intrigued what the lyrics are about, because I got a lot from that video. There are so many things I don't understand. There's a world within me I cannot explain, many rooms to explore, but the doors look the same and I'm lost. I can't even remember my name. And I think this is Daft Punk's way of saying they've come to a point in their music career, and there's plenty of things that they could have been doing as a duo, as past members of a group. And what happened is they got tied up in the music business. Those doors were never opened, and there's a whole world out there they haven't explored other than the musical world. And I feel they got so lost in concerts, appearances, personas, that you saw it in the video there, where, you know, they almost had to humor, you know, you wear the I wouldn't say mask, but let's say you wear the Darth Vader helmets, because they look like two people from Star Wars, I have to say, first time looking and judging on this. But anyway, seriously, when you come to the persona of the image, it's a very strong image, and they probably lost themselves with that, and they found on very little occasions did they humanize themselves by taking the masks off and appearing as themselves anywhere. And that's about the doors that were never opened, even the door of humanity maybe at times. So the choruses have been for some time looking for someone. I need to know now. Please tell me who I am. I've been for some time looking for someone. I need to know. Please tell me who I am. So that's in reference to themselves. They need other people to tell them who they are, because they themselves don't know who they are. Who am I? Yeah, I hit music. Everybody loves me. I'm from France. I speak the English as well. There's many things I do musically. It impresses a lot of people. But through my lyrics, through my songs, through my music, through the hours and years I've given to this career, it has consumed me emotionally and mentally, because to write songs is mentally draining. To write music is mentally draining. And that takes its toll on the physical. So they're looking for somebody. He's looking for who he is, who they are. So that's the chorus. Verse 2 says, there's so many things I don't understand. And again, there's a world within me I cannot explain. Within me. They're the most important words to remember in that verse. Many rooms to explore, but the doors look the same. Where are the locks to try the key? I'm lost. I can't even remember my name. And I wonder why. So there's the mental pressure here, and the mental disharmony and unhappiness that comes even with fame. People always say, I'd love to be famous. I always say I'd love to be comfortable. That what I'm doing is giving me a comfortable living and what I'm happy with. anything else I don't really need. And I've learned that the hard way in life. And I think with these guys, they got so consumed with their music, they ended up closing the doors to ordinary life, closing the doors to happy relationships, closing the doors possibly to children or whatever. I don't even know if they're married and they do have children, because this is new to me. This chorus is crying out this interpretation. So do forgive me if they are, and do forgive me if it's another interpretation, but this is my interpretation of what I think the lyrics are. So all the doors look the same. How many times in life have you looked back and said, nothing ever changes with my life? That's because you yourself don't change. You yourself don't make the change. Everyone's scared to the little bit of security they have in the world. It's been so crazy during the pandemic that people now are so afraid of losing that little bit that they have left. And that's what keeps their sanity. So in the same way, the boys are the same. They had it all. Luxury, wealth, everything. Stars all running around them, wanting to duet with them. But they were still lost. They couldn't even remember their names. They got so consumed again behind their images and the persona of Daft Punk that they ended up not knowing, they couldn't separate themselves from Daft Punk. They became Daft Punk, and all the doors of life was closed around them. The chorus says again, and we go down here, I've been for some time looking for someone I need to know now. Please tell me who I am. And that's what stuck out in the video. When you went in, you saw them getting like the plastic mold put on their face to humanize themselves. It's all about humanizing and what they've missed out on, and how the persona of Daft Punk has just consumed them so much. They had to break away from the music industry. They had to live their lives. For their sanity. They gave as much as they could, but to the point that their sanity was on a fine line. Because I've been looking for somebody, they were looking for themselves. I need to know now, please tell me who I am. When you ask somebody who you are, you know that your mental and your physical is on a fine line. And please tell me who I am, they repeat 3 or 4 times during that. So the verse things, as I said, it's a very tough song, and it's a tough song of everybody, and learn from this song. We all know why we come to listen to this song. I now understand the comments. We come because within ourselves we want to say goodbye to a lot of different things, but we haven't done it yet, and the words are relatable, and people come to find themselves in the lyrics and find solace that they can read the lyrics and say, who am I? And only you can answer that, everybody. Thanks for listening. Hope you've enjoyed it. Take care for now, and safe, happy, peace, mentally and physically, for the next couple of months. It's been a very tough year in us all. May it get easier and easier. And thank you for all the recommendations to do Daft Punk. I've really enjoyed it. I'm looking